Okay, say hi, Billy Bob.
Hello, Governor.
Yeah, kind of deep south Britain, I don't know. The skull kind of got the shit kicked out of it.
Yeah.
But we're going to go ahead and redo the structures on the skull bones. So let's start basic ones. Frontal bone. Parietal bone.
And this.
And that one too. On the back, the occipital bone.
Correct.
Sutures, we have the choroidal suture, sagittal suture, the lamoid suture, and then there's a squamous suture.
It's not seen on here, but it would be, this doesn't say together, it would be like a suture kind of like going over the temporal bone.
Okay. But on other models you might be able to see it, it would be right there on the side.
Yeah.
Okay. The labella, yes.
Which you can't really see it.
Can't really see it, but it'd be right here.
It's more prominent on men.
Right. Nasal bone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Vomer.
Yeah, you can't really see that too well
Has a
either.
little mini vomer.
Yeah. This was a child.
I'm a child, apparently. Okay, we have the roof of the orbit.
Yep.
We have the orbital plate. Inside here, we have the superior orbital fissure, inferior orbital fissure.
And we have the lacrimal bone here.
Yes.
The sphenoid bone, some more posteriorly.
More posteriorly, so right about there-ish.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
then
optic canal, you can't really see, but it's like deep in there.
yeah, it's like a tiny little hole there. Yeah, above the fissures.
And then we have the zygomatic bone.
Temporal bone is there.
Yep. Oh, and then sphenoid bone is also,
Sphenoid.
yeah, it's
Okay.
also right here too.
All right, and then mastoid process.
That would be here.
Yeah, and then is the styloid process.
No, this is a child. They're not fully grown.
Oh,
They-
so this is
when
probably
they
just
pass.
for representation of what might be asked.
Yeah.
But the styloid process, for the record, would look kind of like an icicle
And then
on the bottom there.
this is the maxilla.
Maxilla, mandible. We have,
Oh, external acoustic meatus.
yes,
Which is here.
There, okay.
It's more prominent, like I said, in a fully adult skull.
I made a terrible choice with models today.
It's okay. So now coming
right.
internal.
Okay, so there would be the crista galli. When around here, you said was the ethmoid bone?
Yeah, the ethmoid bone is like this,
That, okay.
where the crista galli is kind of like coming from.
Right.
This is the frontal crest.
Frontal crest, the,
What?
you're gonna have to help me with that.
Sella turcica.
Sella turcica.
And here, this is the temporal bone.
Temporal bones, okay.
Sphenoid bone is also here.
Yep.
And then, all
All
right.
right, major foramen. So we have the foramen magnum. Huge hole, you can't miss it.
Right.
The hypoglossal foramen.
Here.
The jugular foramen.
That's right where the jugular vein inserts.
All right, can't miss that from now on. Next is the internal acoustic canal, which is right there.
And
then we have the fossa ovale, the one that looks like an oval.
foramen ovale.
Foramen ovale, thank you. Foramen spinosum.
It's here.
Yep. Got the
Foramen
foramen rotundum.
here.
Then lastly is the foramen starts with an L.
Lacerum.
Lacerum.
It's right here, if you can see it. Right where my pen just wrote,
Okay.
or pencil just wrote.
So that section of 4 right there, okay. All right. And then,
Occipital bone.
yes.
And I think that's pretty much the big stuff that potentially could get asked on the exam.
Yeah, so I think the big thing is just big picture items and foreman and that kind of stuff. Oh, a couple more I forgot to mention. I don't know if you can really see it on this model, but Is that a
Yeah,
foramen?
that's infra.
Okay, that is the infraorbital foramen.
Yes.
And up here you can't really see it, but if there was a hole here, it would be the supraorbital foramen.
Yes.
And then down here, once again, can't really see it.
Yeah.
Good,
Poor baby.
Good job, Matt.
It was. Yeah.
That would be the mental foramen.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Bye, Daddy.
Bye, Daddy. No, do it again. Do it again. Southern accent. Bye, Daddy.